Transformation Movement, we reject the recent findings that President Cyril Ramaphosa and the Ntabanyoni close cooperation did not violate regulations pertaining to the acceptance of foreign currency and the subsequent failure to inform the Reserve Bank. It is our firm belief as the ATM that the evidence strongly suggests otherwise. The facts are that the president's foreign currency, which he received from the sale of game in 2019, was in the country illegally. This foreign currency was not even declared and disclosed to the relevant government financial regulatory agencies. Instead, it was stuffed in furniture and kept at the president's farm for longer than it was legally permitted to do so. In direct contradiction to the findings of the Reserve Bank, it is then evident that President Cyril Ramaphosa did indeed breach Regulation 6 subsection 1 of the Exchange Control Regulations. The president accepted foreign currency in December 2019, and this transaction was confirmed by both the president and the South African Revenue Services. He then chose to keep the foreign currency on his property for an additional 2 months without declaring the cash, despite Regulation 6 subsection 1 of the Exchange Control Regulations stating that cash has to be declared within 30 days. Additional to this, the assertion made by the South African Reserve Bank that there was no perfected transaction appears to be a strained interpretation of the law. The interpretation seemingly seeks to create loopholes in order to shield the president from the consequences of his actions, such as a stance that undermines the very essence of regulatory oversight. Earlier this year, SARS had issued a tax compliance statement confirming that indeed a $4 million transaction did in fact take place at President Ramaphosa's Phala-Phala farm. How then did the South African Revenue Bank come to a different conclusion? It is what we want to know as the African Transformation Movement.